Hey guys. Okay. Next day, I'll tell you what happened with my experience yesterday, the aftermath of it. So, after I got done posting the video, I went back to sleep. I laid down, went to sleep. Last thing I knew, I was supposed to go. I left. I was floating in the blackness of the illusion, whatever, after I got dropped out of that garbage chute. And I did the whole thing with Jesus. Went down and showed him the entrance where the kid and me found it, or the little kid found it, and he cordoned off 50 yards or something around this breach. And then he called the special team, the specialists. I think they were called the specialists. And I said, hell no, I'm getting out of here. I go, don't tell him my name. That's what I told Jesus. Don't tell him my name. I split. I went back. I was supposed to go to my girlfriend's house, but I ended up, I didn't know. I figured I was there. This is when I was posting the video. I figured I was there because I heard everybody talking while I was awake. Later, I laid down and went to sleep. I laid down. As soon as I went to sleep, I knew I feel like it was in a bad place. And I got my vision a little bit. Found out from my wife. No, the girlfriend is just used to keep other people away from me. I can't be with my wife because I'll be dead. Because I love her so much. So I'll just fucking die. I don't even want to be here. So they gave me a fake girlfriend. She's cool. She's an awesome person. She's beautiful. I don't know if we had sex or not, but I don't know. I never experienced it here. Anyway, I was supposed to be at her house, but I wasn't. I was laying on a bed. They said, you're in quarantine. My wife said, you're in quarantine. And then I go, how long? And they go, 6 days. I'm like, hell no. Nope. No fucking way am I being here 6 days. So after a big argument, Jesus started talking. Turns out he was in the room next to me. They quarantined him too because he stuck his head in there. So they quarantined him. They quarantined me. They quarantined the little kid, and they quarantined the psychologist that was taking care of the little kid. I think they're related. Now I think they're related. The little kid and the psychologist. We're all in there. There was other people in there too. They surrounded my wife's house with the kids, Julie and Angela. No, Angela's on a boat in the middle of the Mediterranean. Julie and Elizabeth and Tina, they were in the house. They put guards around the house. I wouldn't let anyone come in and let anyone go out. As I'm laying there, I get pinpricks in my leg. Wham! Real hard. And they fucking hurt. And they were taking bio samples of my skin, blood samples. Then I felt, a little while later, I felt hands all over me. And I'm like, fuck, what's going on? And my wife goes, they're washing you. And I looked, I'm naked. There's these two people in bio suits washing me down. I hate that shit. I don't know. I'm not into that. Anyway, I don't give a fuck. I'd rather die than or fight them. And pretty much I made them feel less than human. Um After that, I asked Jesus, I go, what what do you got on this? And he goes, they're transient. Like, who are those people that abducted us or whatever? He goes, they're transient. And I go, what the hell are you talking about transient? Like, they're transient? They're just, he goes, they're here just for a little while. He goes, they're doing experiments. And Jesus didn't really want to talk about it. And he couldn't tell me. And I go, what else did you learn? He goes, well, that's all I can tell you. And I go, why? And he goes, because you're not Jesus Christ. And I go, you're not playing that card, are you? Anyway, my wife said, they're transient. And Jesus, he goes, I can tell you this. He goes, they were doing emotional responses on the people in the lower astral in this town and other towns. And he goes, do you see all those things that were sticking out? And I go, yeah. And he goes, well, think about it. And I go, okay. So I thought about it. I thought the one I came out of. And he goes, those. And I thought about it. And I'm thinking, they all go to the different places. And he goes, you got it. And they go in different illusions. So, and I go, were they in the second illusion? He goes, yes. And he goes, there are human. Yeah. And he said there are humans and ETs. The skinny girl was an ET. The guy was working with them, helping them out, learning emotional responses. Or I guess that's what Jesus said. I'm sure there's more, but he wasn't talking. You can extrapolate from there. And I go, where did those other portholes go? And he goes, I have no idea. I never saw it. They put my ass in here soon, and just, I guess he goes, I go, did they just let them go? The aliens or what? Isn't this a violation of Christ? And he goes, yep. And he goes, no, they caught them. They're in security somewhere being interviewed. From that point, next thing I know, Christ is asking me questions. What did you see? How did you see? What did you do? All this shit. And I'm telling him. Turns out he was interrogating the ETs, the ones that let me go. He was interrogating them, getting their answers. At the same time, I'm giving them my answers, and they're, yeah, that happened. No, that happened. They said, I've dreamt of this dream since I was a little kid in the physical body. I've had this dream, but I never told anyone because I thought it was just a fucking weird ass dream. Turns out, this time I caught it. I told Christ to come investigate, and he did. So these guys have been here for 50 fucking years doing these experiments in the second illusion on the people, the souls that live in the first illusion, which is the astral plane. The first illusion is where your soul is right now, more or less. When you die, you go there. That's the first illusion. They're in the second illusion, which is in the first illusion, but you just gotta learn how to go into it. They are there. And he goes, they built that thing. That thing is a complex. They built it. It's a great big science lab, and it's all stocked and full of shit. And he goes, you're thinking, he goes, Rich, Jesus goes, you're thinking in physical terms. Stop thinking in physical terms. Like, he goes, you can do anything in illusion. You can make anything, any monster, anything. You dream it, and it appears, and it can hurt you. Well, these guys built their fucking warehouse grain silos, and it was huge. It's a huge ass building, like big, really fucking big. Imagine a big ass apartment building, not tall, but big and wide, fat, 60 stories high. It was 4 times that. That's how big this thing was. And where I was, what I saw was just one little corner of it. Anyway, he said they're not. They come in a ship, but they don't even have to come in a ship. They just build They built this in the illusion, and they were staying for a while. And he goes, they're transient. They're just studying us, studying humans. And that's all he said. And he goes, any more than that? He goes, I don't even know. I can't even talk. And I go, look. So I was in there all day. I got out at after the hockey game was over. So that'd be about 10, 11. And they let me go and they let Jesus go. Because there's two things. I berated the hell out of them. I mean, I fucking ripped them. Just for stupid. Quarantining me. They've been there for 50 years and you quarantining me? And Jesus, they ain't quarantined him. Did the same thing they did to me. St. Lucian. I was in St. Lucian in a lab. High tech lab. Worse than what I saw with the aliens. Fuck this lab had more containment measures than anything. And they go, I'm gonna escape. More or less, that's what I said. I'm gonna escape. And they go, you can't escape out of here. There's nobody can escape out of here. I go, I'll fucking escape. I didn't even try. I was doing it because I had nothing to do. So I'm laying in this bed, telling them I'm gonna escape. They go, good luck. Good luck with that. Anyway, I couldn't. I tried to get out. I couldn't. I couldn't get through. Every wall had some kind of phase energy thing to it. And then there were so many of them. And they hit you with sound and they hit you with all. Forget it. I'm like, fuck. And so I'm like, hey, Jesus. And I let them hear me say this to Jesus. I said, hey, you give me the word and we'll tear this fucking place up and make him regret it. And he goes, don't worry, we ain't staying here for 6 fucking days. He goes, don't worry about that. He goes, I'm Jesus Christ. There's no goddamn way I'm staying there for 6 days listening to you. I'm like, yeah. So anyway, we were laughing about that. And I was bitching. I was so mad. They also did the containment around my family. They took samples from my family, the kids, but they didn't put them in because I never had contact with anybody, but they didn't know for sure. So they quarantined the house in St. Lucian, where my family was. Everybody I was in contact, my soul told them everything. Now, when they were talking to the ETs and interrogating the ETs somewhere else, they're asking me questions. How many, like, they asked me this question. They asked me, how many times did you go in this? And I go, over the past 50 years, I go five times, maybe the max, 5 times. And Jesus the one that was talking, he goes, he fucked up. He fucked up right here. He goes, they said they never met you until that day. And I go, what are you talking about, they? I go, how do they know what I just told you? And he goes, I'm talking to him. I'm like, I'm asking questions. And so I go, you're interrogating us and getting the answers and doing it in real time. He said, yeah. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, that was cool. I thought that was cool. But I go, maybe it was different personnel. Maybe I don't know what kind of shit they got running over there. But I remember having this dream, but I never made anything of it. And it wasn't a dream. But to my brain, ego, it was a dream. And I've always had this dream because I found it when I was 10 years old in the physical body and whatever. And we just kept playing it out. I kept playing it out, going in there through the dream and all that. It's crazy. It's really, you got to figure out what you dreamt, and what actually happened when you're. The thing was, I was awake in bed for the end of it, and I was dreaming, but I was also in the lower astral town, this town where I am, going through what we found 25, 30 years ago. And I just, every once in a while, I do that and check it out. Now, the kid, where the kid comes in, he was there. He found it also, but I think the kid kept trying to prove it. I think he went back, which triggered me to come back and go in there with him again to prove it. Because me and the kid were always trying to prove it, and I was always trying. But my impression at the time was, oh, what is this? What is this? And then I remembered, fuck, I've been here before. You know what I mean? So it's like that. And it's hard to explain, man. Fuck. So, oh, when Jesus can read through your experiences like you didn't believe, you can't hide nothing. So there's no reason to hide it. You fuck up, whatever. Oh, I won't do it again. Um, Now the reason I found this was because I'm doing revealing secrets. Christ wants to know my secrets of my life here. He says, you still have more. This was weeks ago, a month ago. So he sent me down in a lower illusion where I can deal with the problems I have down here in the lower illusion. Because when I'm in sane illusion, I always come down here to deal with the problems. There are problems that I had in the lower astral, my soul had, with the mob guy, the police, my friends, and I come down. My friends will call me, and I come down to help them. And they're usually being attacked by the mob, or a girl's missing, and I have to go get her back. That's when I got the gun pointed at me, and the mobster dropped her off on the street, and they pointed a fucking gun right at my head, and I'm like, shoot, motherfucker, just give me that girl back. So I'm actually right now I'm fighting with the mobster. That's my whole thing. If you go back 2 videos ago, I'm telling you about this now, but that's the main reason I'm down here, is taking care of my friends, trying to bust the mobster, trying to get the crooked cops and the crooked politicians and get them all busted with Jesus looking on. As I wasn't doing that initially. I was going from priest to church to church to church all across the fucking county, all these different churches. Jesus made an excuse. You got to take care of this guy. He's a special guy. You got to take care of him. He can't come to St. Lucian. He has to go because people are after him. So I go down to the priest. He molests me. And this is agreement with my soul, not me here. I don't get to see the molestation, thank God. They bust the fucking priest and take him to jail. Prosecute him. I've done 10 times I did that over the past 2-3 months. As I'm down here doing that, I'm going and doing other things. Places just like the kid in the hole with the aliens. I didn't know nothing about that till I had the dream. Then when I had the dream, I remembered it all. I'm like, this is another little thing. But it turned out to be a big ass thing. So anyway, that's why I'm down in the lower astral. I was busting priests, making some money. I'd talk to the police, the good police, and I'd ask, once the priest, I stayed with him for 3 days, and he's a cool guy. We got to talking, and he's like, oh, there's so many bad people around here, blah, blah, blah. I go, look, well, I need money, man. My wife needs money, my kids need money. Give me some money. And he goes, what do you mean? I'm like, I can catch bad guys. Go to the police, give me the biggest bounty you got, and I'll catch a bad guy. And that's what I was doing. Making some cash. I made one guy was worth $120,000. And I caught that guy. It took me 3 fucking minutes. Unbelievable. 3 minutes, under 3 minutes. From the point I left, from the point I called his name to where I went, to where he was, 3 minutes. Under 3 minutes. They caught him. Cop wrote me a check. Gave it to my wife. My wife gave it to another guy that we owe money to help build a thing for us, which I'll get into another day. I'll get into that later. But that's with the priest, and I never busted the priest because he's a good priest. He didn't do nothing. He was just doing his thing, man. And that's what happened. So with that, and then one day in the afternoon, I fell asleep. I'm down in the illusion with my guns, looking for the mob guy, waiting to see what happens. I fell asleep. Here I am walking down the sidewalk, and this kid, hey, come here, look at this hole, look at this hole. And it just like that. I always knew it was there for 50 years, but I didn't think nothing of it because I thought it was just a bad dream. But it turned out it wasn't a bad dream. There was fucking aliens abducting us. The kid found the fucking hole in time space or whatever, the distortion space that was covered up in a creek alongside a road. Thing is, before all this happened, I was in a church. I was fighting Screwface, the mobster. He's playing the good guy. Let's talk peace. What is your problem with me? I'm like, shut the fuck up with your act, man. You're making me sick. How do you even look yourself in the mirror? You know? And he's calling me down. So I come down, and I'm above him because I'm in an illusion, floating above him. He's down there, and he's like, come down here, let's talk peace. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting there talking to him, and I'm like, shut up, man. You're making me sick. Then I stopped. I got a weird feeling. I looked on the horizon, out in the blackness, and I saw a little dot. So I sort of like moved quick out of the way, and I went slowly over to the right. There's a guy laying down with a gun pointed right at my fucking head. So I took his gun away and I shot him. Jesus didn't like that though. I gave away my position because the fire came out of the gun and the sound. I gave away my position, so I had to book it out of there. And I was so mad that. So basically, he called me down to confront him, but it was just me. It was just to get me into the fucking guy's target, so he could put a round in my head. He went to the hospital with a bullet in his ass. I just had to do it. I had to. That guy, he's been shooting at us for 50 fucking years with his little guns. So I just shot him. Just one bullet. Anyway, that happened. So that's what I'm doing down there with that guy. Now, the priest in the church, I got to bring light to the corruption. So what we did was, me and the priest sat down, we talked, and we got all the victims who know what's going on to come forward and tell the stories. Not everybody does. It started out with 3 girls from Bollywood, the junkyard that the girls and my friends lived in the junkyard. 3 girls came forward, told the stories to the priest. The priest started collecting more stories. Then the priest got on the TV and pronounced or told, and the priest knows everybody in town. So he told everyone, if you got a fucking story and you don't want to put your name and face to it, just come and tell me the story. And we got to make it public. So it's sort of like the Weinstein thing. All the girls are coming forward, telling their stories, using their name. So the priest got their names. We don't know where it's going to go, but there's hundreds of people coming. I ain't seen the mobster since. But as soon as that happened, as soon as I left the church, that's when I went to sleep. That thing, I fell asleep right after that. Found the porthole to the illusion room. So that's what I'm doing down here. Right now, as of 5 hours ago, I just got out of quarantine. I really don't want to go down there and deal with the mobster and everybody. So I'm in St. Lucian in my own room which is specially designed to keep the noise out of my head. Fucking works great. I don't know what they did. It's an anti-illusion room. Blocks. Okay, they put tiles up in the room, like in your bedroom. They put tiles up, and it keeps the noise out. It can keep people from viewing you inside. So there's two sets of tiles, viewing tiles. They can't see me. People that want to get me can't see me inside, and it keeps the noise out of my head. That is in my bio head, my brain. When I go into illusion, it's fucking loud. People talking, and I gotta push it all away. Christ can help me get rid of it. Also, he juices my head, and it all goes away. But what can you do when you're running around fighting? Jesus don't fight unless he has to, and then he gets in shit. But the priest down there, he knows what's going on. I told everything I did. I told Christ everything. Everything that happened to us. Even if I did something bad, I told him, oh, yeah, well, fuck, I did something bad, whatever. But I want to end it now. So they're trying to bust this guy, get enough evidence to fucking get this guy. And even just putting other people putting their stories out of what they've seen, what they know, is enough. And they make that public. That's enough to get the guy to run away. He ain't getting into the public. He ain't being a politician. And the cops that were on the take, well, everybody that's been bad is covering up their shit. Everybody's got new eyes to look at this fucker. So he's got no place. He's got no place right now. I want him in fucking jail. So that means he made a call to fucking Toronto or Montreal or somewhere out there and get other mobsters. He's part of a bigger mob. They're coming down. So I get to look forward to that. I'm in St. Lucian. They're they're down to the low. St. Lucian is like the third. They're down in the first. And I think the reason why that kid always comes in the illusion and tries to get me, the one that tried to snipe me, is he's the only one that knows how to sleep and go into the illusion and still be conscious. That's a thing a lot of people can't do, is be conscious. Even the dead can't do that, a lot of them, from the lower illusion. You got to learn that. When you learn that, then you can do it. Right? So you lay down in bed and meditate, and you run around the illusion doing things, but you're still awake in your bed as a soul, but you're dead. You're not in the meat world anymore. And that's what this. I asked Grace. I go, hey, the aliens that were doing this to the people, the souls down here in the lower astral. I go, were they doing anything physical on the physical level? Because my ETs that I see the ships here in the physical, they only come to me in the spiritual, but they can come in the physical, but they can't because they bioorganisms kills them. Okay, so I go, is there any relation to them? And he goes, no, I don't think so. And he goes, they ain't doing anything physical to people, but the reason they scooped you up that time was because you were in the physical body, your soul, and they blocked it out of your mind. They put you to sleep for hours while they tinker with you and took samples and shit. He goes, they did that. They didn't harm you. They didn't abuse you. He goes, they're good people. He goes, they're relatively good people, but they shouldn't have been doing it because you don't do that. You know, just violate Christ's airspace or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. Anyway, so he said that. And the reason they nabbed you, because you were different from everybody else, because you were in a physical body. So they had new things to check out. And I saw they took skin samples and everything, blood samples or whatever the hell they call that stuff. Then I go into quarantine to do the same goddamn thing. I go, you know what? Why would a race of fucking aliens come do this in secret, to be secret? This is what I said to the girl that was washing me down. I go, why would a fucking bunch of race of aliens sit there for 50 fucking years abducting people and give them pathogens so everybody down here can get sick? She goes, oh no, I just do the test. And I go, come on, man, get a real fucking job. Think about this shit. They ain't giving us pathogens. If they ain't here to give us pathogens. You said they're studying our goddamn emotional responses over candy and shit. Get kids fucking candy and then start a little fight and wow, that's beautiful. I want some, all that. That's what they're studying. Psychological shit on food and why people fight. What triggers it? Biochemical, fucking spiritual energy, emotional. That's what he said. That's what Chris said. They're studying the emotions of people. Oh, it's crazy, man. There's so much going on. So I told the girl that. And I go, why would they do that? Just to give us pathogens. And you got me and Jesus and the other kid in here. And that's it. Why don't you got the other 100,000 people that live in the town? Or 200, 300,000? Why don't you fucking round them up? Start washing their asses. Bitch. That pisses me off like you would not fucking believe. That's like this close to rape. Fuck. Anyway, man, she fucking hates me. That's fine. I don't care. Anyway, God, I hate that. I got a biosuit so I can fucking do anything I want. And if you don't agree, my guard will kick your fucking ass and beat your face in. Fuck, I hate that shit. Anyway, God, I can't get over that, man. I can't get over it. I'm back. I'm telling her that. And I go, what makes you think these ETs will do that? Like, I'm not for the ETs. Bust our ass. But you don't gotta take 3 of us and stick our asses in here for 6 fucking days while you fucking run your dumbass tests and come up inconclusive. You can go now. Oh, thanks. Yeah. I'm fucking insane now for being in a room for 6 fucking days with your fucking energy bashing in me in my body to kill the fucking parasites. Fuck. Ghost parasites. Never thought I'd see the day of that. I'm just doing my job, she says. I go, come on. Tell your advisor, your fucking boss, that he's stupid as a dumb fucking brick. He's dumb. The standard routine, we gotta do this. I go, yeah, you know what? You're gonna disappear. No one's gonna know. No one's gonna know the ATs are there. No one's gonna know. You're gonna put a gun to my head. Tell me that if you say anything, we're gonna come and shoot you in the head. I go, yeah, been there, done that, in physical and here, I guess. Come on, use your head, lady. Man, I was so mad. Fuck, I was mad. So that's what happened, guys. For right now, I'm out of the fucking containment. Feel pretty good. Um, yeah, I don't know what to say. That's about it. I still gotta make that book thing. I'll talk about it now. Why not? Okay. Had this dream. Christ was worried about me being killed, killing myself, because I'm miserable here on the earth, and I'm having more fun in the spirit, so I'm always there than I am here. There's nothing to do in this town. Nothing for me to do in this town. I really don't give a fuck about anything. So, well, I do, but there's nothing for me to do. The birds are gone for the winter. There's nothing. guess I gotta get a fishing rod and go fishing because there's nothing else to do. So that's having a psychological effect on me, which is making me miserably depressed, which is why I'm down here dealing with these issues. Turns out that's one of my issues. I had a dream. Christ goes, you're going to have dreams where you got to decide if you want to live in the body or come here with us. It's your choice. That's where I beat the shit out of the gatekeeper, which was me. I beat the fuck. I don't know how that works. I don't know, but Grace said the gatekeeper was me, so I beat him up. I didn't go through the gate, which means I want to live here on Earth. I'm like, no shit, whatever. I'm just depressed, man. It's winter. It's shit. At least I got hockey. Anyway, I had a dream about that whole fucking scenario. If I want to live or if I want to die. The dream was I had a book and I was writing in the book. All of a sudden, a girl comes over, puts another book down, but her book goes inside my book, and the two books are overlapped like that, and it's coming closer and closer and closer. And if the two books match up, I'm down in the lower illusion. My physical book, I'm writing. My soul book, I'm writing. They're matching up. And he goes, I woke up from the dream. I asked him what the fuck it meant because I knew what it meant. He goes, you're perceiving from your ego, manipulating spirit world and events in the spirit world. Your soul is aligning with you 100% in your head and your soul, in your soul and your head, where you're becoming more and more and more of yourself. And he goes, but the thing is, you see the spirit world and you manipulate it with your fucking brain. And he goes, that's a no for humans. I don't know. He goes, when those two books align, you're standing at the gate. And he goes, you're damn near at the gate. And like he goes, you were so close to at the, there that all you had to do is take one step and you were fucking dead. And this happened last week. I'm like, really? He goes, yep. So the books were almost lined up, which meant I'm at the gate with the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper was waiting for me. I saw him. I walked up. I didn't know he was a gatekeeper. I thought he was Screwface. So I beat the shit out of him. I didn't really know, but Screwface was trying to kill me and shoot me and fucking stab me. So I ain't anybody around. I'm going to kick his ass. I don't give a fuck who it is. So I saw this guy sitting by the gate. I walked over to him and said, and we both put our hands up. I just started fucking fighting. This is my ego. I didn't give a shit. I just fucking fight. I don't got time to sit around and get stabbed and shot and fucking raped. I got no time for that. So anyway, and he goes, Christ goes, what you did was good. Kind of a weird way of doing it, but whatever. It worked out great. And he goes, you want to live? And he goes, now what you got to do is stop fucking interacting in the spirit world so much. You know, that worked out great because right after that, they sent me back down to the fucking church where I'm fighting with the goddamn guy. And I found the fucking UFO and I'm in quarantine. There you go. Well, Space Lab by Aliens. Aliens in the second illusion. Interfering with the souls on the Earth. Or the illusion. Earth illusion. Who knows what they're doing, man? They got 50 years worth of paperwork. Experiments done. They ain't telling me shit. If I do find out, I don't know. know. So I love it. I love that stuff. But I learned a long time ago. Fuck it. It was huge, man. It was huge. Like I tell you this, it don't sound very big, but it was fucking big. They were fucking quarantining. They were searching. They went through that goddamn spaceship bolt by bolt. They took out things, went through my house, my wife's house, my friend's house, people down there, everybody. They did me, checking for bugs. They stuck me in the quarantine. They stuck Jesus in the quarantine. They were going over everything. Every fucking thing. Round up people. Fuck. Man. So when I tell you, there's fucking shit living in. There's 22 illusions on top of each other. 22 boxes inside a box. You only see one box, but there's 22 of them. Not, they don't go smaller. They don't go like that. It's not like a Chinese box where you take one box apart and they go smaller, 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 smaller. It's not that. It's here. 22 boxes. And you got to work your way into them through your soul, know where you're going. So, and every one of them illusions, I've got species. Shit, it's an illusion, man. So you don't know if it's fucking someone's dream that's attacking you, or you don't know if it's a real ET, like the ones I found. Holy fuck. Man, it's huge. It's huge. You think this is huge, what we're dealing with here on the Earth, and our little perspective of UFOs flying around? Fuck. They're coming from other dimensions. They're coming from the spirit world, breaching into this world. You see the lights, and you go looking for Sasquatch, and you see the lights moving through the woods. Yeah, well, guess where he came from? The illusion. And he's breaching, which creates light. Doesn't mean it's a Sasquatch. It could be a dead person. Same goddamn thing. But there's something there breaching from the illusion, spirit world, into the physical, creating light, and you're seeing it. Now, if you're dead, what else? I don't know. You got the Sasquatch that I'm dealing with. Whole fucking story about that. I don't even want to tell you because it's stupid, but it's cool. But he just hides off in the illusion and watches humans. That's all he does, and he learns. He still made contact with me because if you've been watching me for so fucking long, I saw him with Christ in my own dream. Christ saw it in a dream. He's like, "What the fuck is that looking at, Rich, through the tree?" Well, then that's when we found him. That's when we got a hold of him, and I hooked up to him and made friends. He's fucking peaceful. Jesus says he hates abuse. He doesn't like abuse. He doesn't like it, and whatever. Cool. He just wants to be friends and learn things. So Christ is working with him more than I am, but he's always watching my back. So when I get in a fight with Loogie Man, he comes out of nowhere and fucking smashes Loogie Man in the face and fight's over with. 3 times he did that with Loogie Man. Loogie Man would be sneaking up on me behind, stab my feet. I'd be on the computer right here, typing away, doing my thing. All of a sudden, I get a stab in the foot. Oh, all right. And it's fucking Loogie Man. He takes off. He stabs me in the foot. It hurts in the physical. Like you don't believe. It feels like a real stab. And that's where they stab you, man. And that thorough, which is between physical and spirit. So when he does that, sneaking up, and Loogie Man is sneaking up to stab me in the feet, him or his kid, Tia, the Sasquatch, fucking sees it, runs over, grabs him, and goes, smash, just gives him a smash. That's it. He's like, fucking goes back to his zero space. And then I lay down and go to bed, and they tell me what happened. I don't. I'm here looking at a hockey game. But man, that hurts when they stab you. And I can get them, but I get stabbed first. Then I look spiritually and I can see him. So I'll fucking stab him or shoot him with the freeze gun, whatever, usually. Christ can't do nothing because it's in the illusion. Zero, man. You can do whatever you want in the illusion. No one can fucking bust you for it. That's why you don't go to the illusion if you don't want any conflict. But it's not. It's natural law, you know. Live and let live. You hurt somebody, well, fucking expect to get hurt back. Tia knows it. I don't do nothing. I just get stabbed, then I retaliate. It's just the way it is. I can go looking for Lukey, man. But I gotta lay in fucking bed and meditate. So I got better things to do. I gotta live my life. What's left of it. So anyway, guys, that's a whole bunch of shit that's going on in my life and update on what happened with the space illusion station. And Screwface and the Cabbage Heads. Screwface and the Cabbage Heads. Anyway, you think I'm fucking nuts? Well, then see you in the illusion. Because you're going there. You're already there. I don't know. People piss me off. Giving me shit. Thinking I'm an idiot. Good luck with that. Wait till your skins get breached, motherfuckers. You'll be laughing at it. You won't be laughing then. Laughing boy. All right. Talk to you later, guys.